To all our YouTube family and friends, welcome back to the channel again, and thank you for always coming back.
Hi everybody.
So today we're going to give you our insights on dating.
Yeah, one of the most common comments we've had is how do you meet a woman like Rosemary, right? And does she have a sisters or cousins or anything like that?
Very simple. You just have to message me.
How do I meet you? That's what I did.
Okay.
And it was a very good message too, apparently.
Yeah, it was indeed.
So anyways, this video is based on our experiences and Rose's knowledge of, you know, being a Filipino woman. It doesn't mean that everybody is the same, but we're gonna kind of help you through and give you some info of what we experienced in dating and so forth. And
hold on, hon. Okay.
In dating and so forth. She moved the camera closer.
Yeah.
So
it's too far.
Yeah.
Okay.
We touched on this a little bit on our channel. On like one of the first videos we did, when after we woke up the channel, as Rose called it, because we weren't using it. Anyhow, so what's your advice to guys to kind of watch out for when they're, you know, meeting a Filipino woman?
When they're dating?
Yeah, any indicators that she's not being, you know, honest with you about?
Okay, so first of all, guys, we don't want to give you what others have experienced, but we will give you what did we experience and what we did. So anyway, basically, trust your instincts, but then you have to verify it.
Right.
It's when we were dating, when we first met, we don't know anything about. I don't know anything about him. I don't know. He does not know anything about me. But I trust my instinct that he wrote very honestly on his profile, because I don't know if all dating sites have a profile, you know, where you put everything in there.
I think most of them
right.
do.
So I think that's only initial wise. That's only our basis. Whether we have to talk with this person or we continue the communication. So aside from the looks, of course, right?
Yeah, but you have no idea.
Yeah.
If what you're reading is true, you know, they could just be painting a picture.
Yeah, that's right. That is why, along with your conversations, because from online dating, I mean from the dating site, you of course get out from the site, right, and talk privately via different apps. Like we talk via WhatsApp, guys, or email, and so you can verify your instincts if that's correct. If whatever he wrote on the profile matches on how he presents himself, like how he acts.
She, you mean?
I mean you. I'm talking about when we're talking.
Oh.
Okay. So same with the woman.
She didn't catch any of my bullshit.
Or there's nothing bullshit about it. It's just all truth, you know.
Yeah. I mentioned this before in the other video. The thing that I learned on like Filipino Cupid was the one I used. It was overwhelming when you first go to that site, and all of a sudden you've got, like, within an hour or two, you've got like 30 or 40 women that are messaging you, right? And after being on OkCupid in the States, I never had a single woman message me.
That's right.
So it's overwhelming to a guy, and they're all happy and excited, and they're you know, clicking on these and starting to try and talk with them and stuff. But those, I learned, you have to watch out for, because that's the ones that are just trying to target the guy right away and snatch him out of the group. And so they're the ones that aren't, not all of them, but a lot of them are just grasping, you know, is what I'm trying to say.
The majority. Yeah. when I went online dating, guys, I never approach a guy, or I never write, or I never sent interest to any guy, because even though we go on a millennial dating these days, I still follow our culture that we wait for a man to approach us.
Right.
So me, I post everything about me there very honestly, maybe too much honesty, but yeah, and then
too much honesty. Come on.
but then yeah, I waited for a guy to approach me, and during our times, it was Randy who first approached me.
No, I was number 6.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that I never approach you. You're the first one who
Right.
approaches me. That's what I'm trying to
Right,
say.
right.
But of course, there are a lot of guys that emailed me and send interest, send the hearts. But I think what I can give you is that be careful, and because not so many people, men or women, read profile. So whatever, yeah, you have to watch out for that any woman or man approaches you that even without reading profile, so they didn't have any idea on what you're looking for, what you're like,
Right.
you know, what you what you prefer for from or for a relationship or a partner.
Right.
So they didn't have any idea, and though you ended up wasting time, especially when you like the person's
Right.
you know,
In
look.
In other words,
right?
if the woman hasn't read your profile, right?
Yeah.
Don't bother replying to her, because she's just grasping again. Because how can she know she likes you and wants to get to know you better if she hasn't even read your profile? She knows
Yeah.
nothing about you, absolutely zero, other than your picture.
Yeah, most of the guy. Well, I'm not targeting the guys, but on dating sites, maybe they're not the ones that really serious in the relationships. They're just there for fun, or
Talking about
you
the
know,
guys?
yeah, the guys, because
Yeah, same
there are also it happens to both men and women.
Right.
Because there are when I was on the dating sites, there are plenty of guys that just send you interest and hearts, but then if you look on the portion where who you can see who you viewed your profile, there's just very less percentage of them, you know, 1,
Right.
2, 3, but and then there are 50 or 30 or hundreds of people sent you interest. So it's that's
They're doing the same thing as the women. Are
Yeah,
doing.
yeah,
They're
both.
just punching out.
That's right. So that's
punching
why
out to everybody.
that's
and
why
shooty bites.
yeah, that's why I understand most of our YouTube family that we will not be mentioning names, right? They are having trouble in finding relationship via dating online sites
Right.
nowadays, because it's
So let's say that they got past the point where they've actually met and have been talking, right, for a while, and kind of getting to know one another better
Yeah.
and better. What as the relationship grows more serious,
yeah.
type thing, are there what kind of indicators would there be that the woman isn't being forthright with you? In other words, completely honest.
Okay.
About what she's doing.
Okay, well, I will answer
wanting.
that question based on what I did in our relationship when we were online dating. You have to accept the fact, guys, that nowadays millennials. Well, I don't consider myself as millennial, but I'm a matured woman. But also, I am in Facebook. Most of the women, 99% or 95%, whatever. We have Facebook accounts, and we share moments on Facebook. We share gatherings. We share family bondings. We share everything. So when a woman told you she's a family-oriented woman and never posts about families or family bonding, or if she's a single mother, no post about a child, and most especially if she hide your relationship, right?
Yeah, she doesn't
because-
want to acknowledge it.
Yeah, how I mean, during a relationship, the day we consider our relationship as, I mean, both of us as in a relationship and commitment, I changed my status on Facebook. I changed my profile picture of us together. That means you go public.
Yeah, she trapped
right?
me. She trapped me. She's the first one that said she's in a relationship with me.
Yeah, I made a request. It's because obviously there is two sides of it, which most women are worried. Like they're worried that my friends, my Filipino friends, will steal my boyfriend, or you know, I never thought of that. For me,
Right.
I express how I feel. I express the happiness that I am in a relationship with Randy. In all of my family knows about it. My
Right.
friends knows about it, and I was not worried about anything. And that's a complete honesty. And guys, if there's a woman that doesn't want to face or post you on Facebook, or it can happen both sides. Maybe there's a guy that doesn't want to post the relationship on Facebook, even if they are in Facebook every day.
Yeah,
So that's,
they've
know.
been messing around with multiple women as well.
Yeah, we don't judge anybody, guys. But every woman and every man is different. But for me, the bottom line is there is no reason for a man or a woman. For me, I didn't have the reason to hide it because. I mean, there's no reason for me to hide it from Facebook because I share everything on Facebook. You know, everything I do here, like pigs, garden,
Right.
such and such. So why hide? So when somebody hides a relationship, there's always a saying that if a relationship is hidden, you shouldn't be in it to begin with.
Pretty much, because
You
it's
know?
like it just screams at the what are you trying to hide? You know, kind of a thing. If they're not wanting to be open about it and acknowledge it.
Yeah, I had a relationship before, guys, that he doesn't want to post anything on Facebook and whatever. So, and then of course later on I discovered that he is into another relationship, which is
Your sister discovered it.
yeah. So yeah, when I.
And I'm sure your sister ran me through the ringers too, right? And was investigating me to see if
I don't know if
dig up
she
stuff.
spies you, but yeah, my relationship before Randy, guys, it was my sister who found out that he has another woman, and I am the mistress because they were
Right.
in a relationship first, you know,
Right.
and then I came late. So there you go. But I trusted on my instincts, and there are just some people that are very, very good in hiding.
Yeah.
They're very, very good in keeping the truth for a while, but then you know you cannot hide the truth forever.
Right.
You cannot keep the smoke in your hands.
And
So
And
sooner
guys,
or later.
when you're doing your profile on there, be brutally honest about what it is that you like and don't like, or will put up with and not put up with. You know, the woman's either gonna like it or she's not. You know, kind of thing. You have to completely be yourself. It's like I could have hid from Rose that I drink beer, and I could hide that I smoke and stuff like that.
That's right.
Right, but I was just straightforward with her.
Yeah.
And plus, I also told you the very small pension I was going to have to live on when I retired.
Oh yeah, I know that because he wrote it on the profile, guys. He wrote he is only receiving like $750.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like $725
Yeah,
at that time, but
and then when we already talking via WhatsApp, I said, how much more do you need? I mean, when you get here, you don't need to buy a house, you don't need to buy a land. We have farm here,
right.
so we can live with it. You know, it's for women out there that are watching our channel or videos. Please take note, girls or lady like me, that money is important in every way. In the living, in relationship, in the family, wherever. You cannot do anything without money. But of course, to have...
You have to have some way to feed yourself.
Yeah, to have the harmony with the money and with the person you are in a relationship is much more important.
Yeah.
You give value to the man or to the woman you're in a relationship with. You have a respect in a relationship in him as your partner. You know, it's
the thing I get really tired of hearing in comments on more than just our channel, right? Is the a lot of guys are making the comment, she's just after your money. She's just after your money, and it's just like, well,
guys, that's that's natural.
Do we know anywhere where women aren't after your money? I mean, in the U.S., you know, it's the same thing. It's just that's part of being together. Is sharing, you know, financial resources and you know, sharing everything.
Yeah, it's about why you are after money.
except I'm not going to share in doing chores.
I know.
I leave that all to you.
Yeah, well, it's okay. Filipina women are all like that. So, do you have any questions?
Do I have any questions?
So, see, guys, this is the hard part when you are doing an one-on-one discussion, because before you start the video, you have a lot in your minds, and when you're doing it,
right? Yeah, it all goes, you know, out in the thin air once you turn the camera on.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, we were gonna, you know, mention this and mention that.
Yeah. So anyway, when during our online relationship or online dating relationship, the reason we push it further is because of the COVID-19, right? And we were trapped in the 2 years of online dating, because that obviously that's the reason he cannot fly here. But maybe I would suggest that now, since we're open, and you know, if you have a relationship here with Filipina, you try to visit and experience the family.
Yeah, and the Philippines is allowing unvaccinated people to come now too. So.
Yeah. There's no reason to stay longer online, you know, and it's much better. It's much better to come here, or to come to any country that you already know someone, right, Han? It's very.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
It's very beneficial.
I couldn't imagine if I came here and I didn't know you.
Yeah.
You know, I just land in Manila or Cebu or whatever. Then you got, of course, you can find a hotel room and this and that.
Of course,
but learning everything, you know, learning the transportation, or, you know, like taking a jeepney or whatever. I have no idea which routes those are taking, or which ones I have to take to get somewhere.
It's just, unless if you're a traveler, like you there are people that are traveler, Han. They can travel alone, and they don't have problem about that.
Right.
Well, not everybody is like that, but
I wasn't one of those.
When you come here, I mean, before you come here, it's okay. Nowadays, online dating is very normal, but do not push it too long before you spend some time, because with the woman, or with the guy, or with the family, because the truth is, guys, we always say that when you marry a Filipina, you marry the whole family, which basically that doesn't mean true, right?
Well, yes and no.
Yeah, it's yes and no, but people have a different understanding about it. They thought that if you marry me, you have to support the entire family.
Well,
right?
A lot of times that does occur, you know, because over here, like the oldest daughter or whatever, they seem to have the burden of providing for their parents.
Yeah.
Right, and they're the ones that are out working, and you know, I don't know, they just seem to be expected to do that. And so anyways, if that woman is the one that is providing for the parents, if you come into the picture and want her to quit her job or whatever so she can spend all of her time with you, well, there's a problem. Now all of a sudden her parents don't have any income, so
that's right.
You're going to have to pick that up, or be willing to pick that up. It's just the way it is.
But it depends on your agreement. Well, in our situation, it was different because before we met, I have my own. I mean, yes, I am helping mom, but also I have some.
That's all of $50 a month.
Yeah, it's normal that we help our elders, guys. That's one culture and tradition of Filipino people that will never, will never go away.
Right.
But we know that in some places of social media or whatever, there are Filipino kids or children that are abandoning their parents, but that is only a 1% out of 100%.
Well, especially in the provinces.
Yeah.
If they're in the province. course, there's a lot of women from the provinces that are in Manila working.
Yes.
Right.
That doesn't mean they are a city girl, guys.
Right. Not necessarily, but the longer they're in the city, the more they tend to get like what we call westernized.
Wherever you are, you learn to adapt to survive in, and
Right.
you cannot be in the city and doing stuff like you do in the mountain, because basically you can't do that. So you adapt the environment, but that doesn't necessarily mean you become westernized by the heart. Because I was, guys, I was in the city for 16 years. I mean, no, 14 years. And I wasn't, I was working. I was earning money. That's where I got my money to build the house first and the farm before I get into a relationship with a man, or, you know, the serious relationship. But I was not westernized. I mean, my heart, my soul, my mind is still a mountain soul.
You had that goal and dream to come back to the provinces and live.
Yes, because I had my original dream, and I had my original goal. But I also do not blame those women or girls that goes to Manila for opportunity, because that's how the school indoctrinated them. Like, you have to finish studies so you can go to big cities, get better jobs, get higher paying jobs, you know. So yeah. If that woman, even though she grew up in the province, became westernized, but, you know, who knows? It's and most of the times
it's a crapshoot. Yeah,
most of the times, guys, whatever works with us doesn't necessarily work with you or for you. So every situation is different. Every woman has a different mind.
It's just a basic guideline.
Yeah.
To look at.
Yeah. Yeah, and I found we have a lot of our YouTube family viewers that are already in a relationship with a Filipina, and I'm really glad that they are coming here to stay with them. And yeah, we wish you the best, guys. The best of everything.
Yeah, the best is to actually come over here and be introduced to a Filipino.
Yeah.
Like one that Rose knows and kind of thing, because if she is approving a woman, there's a good chance that she has very good traits.
You mean recommending?
Yeah, recommending.
Oh yeah, because very simple. You don't wanna recommend somebody that you don't know about, or
right.
The lifestyle. First of all, it's the lifestyle, guys. If I don't like her lifestyle,
this is a tough lifestyle here too.
Yeah.
I tell you. You know.
So it's a
Province.
Yeah, that's a tough life when your beer is being delivered home.
Yeah. You just said
Thank you, Kuya. So we have a beer delivery.
It's delivered right to next to our refrigerator usually.
Yeah. So it's my time to ask.
What?
How did you verify me?
How did I verify you? Just in talking with you, and we did a lot of video chatting. We also did a lot of conversation and texting, right? And as I was going through her and just seeing her every day around her family and her nieces and nephews and this and that, and I know that Filipinos generally won't involve children if they're you know, trying to scam somebody, right?
Yeah,
because they don't want to involve the children.
But don't get me wrong, guys, there are also women that are very good in scamming, and
right.
They have their ways, but to watch out for, or to how can you be sure that she's not scamming you? First of all, a woman must not ask money from a guy, right?
But a lot of us guys are gonna send them money, you know, on our own, right? Because of the fact that we know they struggle, right?
Yeah, it's just the same as dating live.
Yeah. But I mean,
right?
it doesn't have to be a ton of money. I mean, $100 over here is a Filipino's half-month wages.
Yeah.
So you know, you don't have to go overboard with it and try to impress her.
Yeah.
You know, you know, try and get her, I guess.
Yeah.
You would say.
So in addition, guys, if there is a Filipina, we're talking about Filipina because we are in the Philippines. Okay, if there is a woman in general that tried to be just independent or being alone without family or without, you have to watch out for that, guys, because we really Filipinas are very, very close to the family.
Right.
At least I am speaking for myself. You know, I am close to the family. I am not supporting them, but we have constant communications. If you see my Facebook page, I have posts of family gatherings, my nieces, my nephew. Not much with mom because mom has a different way. But I supported mom. I support mom. I love mom. But you know, if there is a person that tried to hide a family from her daily basis Facebook life, I understand that there are people that are private, right?
Yeah.
But this is a question for you guys that wanting to be private. If you're a private person, you shouldn't be in Facebook. You shouldn't be in social media in the first place.
You shouldn't,
right?
Unless you're trying to do something else with
exactly.
it. Yeah.
So if a woman,
because there's a lot of women on their Facebook page. All they do is keep changing their profile pictures. It's just a picture,
just showing of themselves.
Yeah, like a you know, in a sexy outfit. You know, it's picture after picture after picture.
Yeah.
They change it like every 2 days.
So be watch out for that, because really a Filipina at heart is also a Filipina that love her family, respect her family. And me, I didn't ask for my mom's opinion whether I go with Randy or not, but I respect her opinion, and you
right.
know, but
and what did she say, by the way?
You're good, of course. She's receiving an allowance from you.
See, I knew how to work the game.
I'm just joking, guys. It's our choice to. I was giving mom's allowance anyway before I met Randy, and so yeah, never trust or
trust but verify.
Yeah, trust but verify. But what I'm
Right.
trying to say is that never trust a person that will say, oh, the reason there's no photo of my family because we're so private. I don't wanna drag my family on social media because this and that.
And be careful, guys. Like on if you haven't met in person, on sending large amounts of money and doing like houses and stuff, because a foreigner cannot own land in the Philippines.
Yeah,
right.
I owned everything, guys.
Right.
So
And
if we break up with Randy
Right.
will go away, kick,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. She could chase me away, and this has happened to a lot of guys. I hear from
I'm just joking,
other
guys.
bloggers, right, where they you know built a house together.
Yeah, I originally owned everything here, guys, before we met, and during our times, we did is improvements.
Yeah.
But
But my point is that you don't have any rights at all.
Yes.
Right? You think it's not like America where you think, oh, okay, you're gonna be married and this and that, or you put money into that property, so you're entitled to, you know, whatever you put into it. The woman, if she decides.
No, and if you're married.
No.
Wait, if you're married, you are entitled for a conjugal property, but the building is, but the land, you can never own the land. If you're a foreigner, you can you can either sell it and divide the money, including the house, but literally you can own the building.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
What if you're not married?
That's what.
Because there's a lot of guys.
That's what I said. If you're
married,
married, you are entitled for a conjugal property.
Right.
But if you're not, then you're not.
Well, yeah.
So.
I'm just trying to warn them.
I know. Yeah.
It's different now because COVID isn't there, because you can come over, you know, first and check it all out. So. Yeah,
common experience, the common store reasons of, oh, we're out of stock.
Oh yeah, that's very common in the Philippines.
I had a lot of.
It's there one day and the next day it can't be found.
I had a lot of stress because of that, guys, when we were building before. It's always out of stock. But you know, it's one part of the truth. And
Right.
our stores here, unfortunately, is not so competent like you have there. You know,
Yeah.
maybe you have the right to sue a store that doesn't have anything to say.
Yeah. It was funny, like when we were, you know, picking tiles and stuff like that, and they would we'd say how much of it we need,
Yeah.
and they'd have to go all the way back to the warehouse to see if they had that much.
Yeah.
And then they come back and they, you know, like 20 minutes or half an hour later,
Yeah.
they come back and say, no, we don't have that much. So then you got to pick a different one, and
That's
the
right.
same thing repeats itself. It's like, well, why don't I just give you like 4 or 5 that you can check on at one time?
Yeah.
They don't have inventory on their computers like
That's
they
right.
do in the States.
And
So,
they do have, actually, the inventory of the computers doesn't show if what is available to sell, what is damaged, what is this
Yeah.
and that, because sometimes when I go there in the store, it will always say, oh, we have available 100 pieces, ma'am, but we don't know if there's a damage on it, so we have to check it
well,
manually.
that or their computer doesn't know if it
Yeah.
was stolen.
So and one more thing, guys, you found somebody that's on a display, but it's not for sale, it's only for a display.
Yeah, I hated that.
I don't know if it happens also in the US.
Not anywhere near as much as in the Philippines. It's like on cabinets and stuff we were looking at, and they'd go, "Oh no, we don't."
That's only a display, or
That's only a display.
they have a
It's like,
specific term for that, but I forgot.
right, but you can't even order it.
Yeah.
You know, type of thing. And
So
anyways,
it's
you'll figure it out.
nah, it comes with a, you know, that's one advantage, guys, that before Randy went here, because of the COVID,
She has nice, soft, silky hair.
when he gets here, I had already dealt with all the stress of building. Well, not all of it, because when he finally came home, we stopped the building of this vacation home, and I said, I will wait for you, you know.
Right.
So I waited for him, not because
But she did build the house that we gave a tour.
yeah,
of the other day.
that tour, I
was
designed it, and you know,
And I took the risk right after having been with you for
for over a year.
online for like over a year.
Yeah.
I took the risk and says, well, I can't find anything about her that looks like she's deceiving me, you know, just to get money and a house built or whatever.
Yeah, and I keep telling him to, you know, we'll just wait until you get here, because who knows, maybe you will not be able to get here and you're spending this much of money. And then he said, who cares? Plus
Why don't I say what I'm going to
the
say?
rate.
I thought in my head, I knew what was going to happen once COVID was over, that all of a sudden there was going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of couples that were just like Rose and I come over and start building and building their futures together. And the prices of everything would skyrocket, and even being able to get the materials would be impossible. And I was correct. And so
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Because when I started, when we started renovating the house that we made a tour with, the bag of cement started at 202. That is $4, 202 pesos. When we continue building this one, the bag of cement rise up to $1 because it's already 250 pesos.
What do you mean? It went up to what?
It went up to $1. $1 because
It went up $1.
yeah.
Not up to $8.
It went up. Okay.
To 300 pesos.
Yeah.
To 300
200.
pesos.
Yeah. Including the transportation in bringing it here. Yeah. 300 pesos just with a bag of cement. So imagine how much money we spent in building here. But
it wasn't that much though. Not in relation to the States. It would have cost 10 times this in the States.
in Filipino mindset was a lot, and we could have saved some when we continue building it, when we didn't post the vacation home building, because really every material, guys, went up, because it was after a year, right, before you were able to get here.
Yeah.
When we stopped this one, or it's only a month.
It was about like 6 months when we stopped building it. We had got all the concrete done,
Yeah, okay.
and the rooftop on it, and then we stopped.
Yeah.
So the majority of the concrete, of course, there's a lot of concrete on the finishing of the blocks and everything too. That's about that thick. So
yeah, because we build differently here, guys. They don't make our blocks. How do you call it there in your place? The blocks, the hollow blocks, the hollow blocks.
The hollow blocks?
Yeah, the blocks they pile it.
These are the same.
These are the same, but they don't made it strong.
The block?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not as strong.
You are holding it and it's broke. So the way we do it here is to make it strong in putting mixture in those holes.
Yeah, it's all core filled.
Yeah.
They put concrete down. Basically, it's like a poured concrete wall, but the framing for the concrete is the block.
Yeah.
So
okay, we touch down now with the with the building.
So what does that have to do with dating, anyways? We got off track.
It's okay.
Oh well, that's the way we are. Can't keep our minds on anything.